There's been a lot of focus on the voter ID law that's going to require in November folks to show a photo ID, and if they don't have one, they can still vote, but they'll have to sign an affidavit attesting to the fact they are who they are and they live where they say they live. But another bill that became law with regard to the election that is really in jeopardy now deals with the voter registration form. Governor John Lynch vetoed this bill, and for the same reasons he vetoed it, a Stratford County Superior Court Judge, John Lewis, has indicated he may actually block its implementation on November 6th. What would it require? This deals with people who register to vote, and thousands of folks are going to come in this presidential election and register to vote for the first time. Many of them college students, but not all of them. Many of them new residents to the state of New Hampshire. When you register to vote, you're going to have to sign this new form, which alerts you to the fact that if you're a resident, you have to register your car and get a driver's license within 60 days. Now, you don't have to be a resident in New Hampshire to vote. You can claim a domicile in New Hampshire. That's a temporary resident. You're living here for a fixed period of time, and you reside here during that time, but you're not a permanent resident. Now, if you're not a resident, you don't have to register your car, and you don't have to get an in-state license. But League of Women Voters and American Civil Liberties Unions claim this form really has a chilling effect on particularly out-of-state students, college students who want to vote on Election Day, because it suggests to them they may have to become residents. Now, for out-of-state students, many of them could jeopardize their college scholarships and college loans if they claim residency here rather than the home state they're in. So the arguments from these groups is that it may cause some students not to vote or cause confusion at the polls. Judge Lewis, earlier this week at a hearing, seemed to indicate that he agrees that there's going to be confusion, and he has tried to get both sides to seek a compromise. House Speaker Bill O'Brien has urged state prosecutors not to compromise. This law and this form are very much in flux, and it'll be fascinating to see what this judge does with it, whether he follows John Lynch and says, I'm not going to allow it to be used on November 6th. That would be a big defeat for Republicans, or whether he essentially lets it stand for this election and has a further hearing going forward past this election. We'll watch that for you here at lobbynh.com.